Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless. I'm Captain Ahijah. Today my reader is
Brother Nathaniel.
And this is another 15 minutes with the Lions. All right, today our topic is our birthdays biblical, right? Our birthdays biblical. Are they of God? All right, so we're going to speak, thus saith the Lord. Let's open up with Job chapter 1 and verse 1.
This is the book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Come on.
There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect.
So Job was what?
Was perfect.
Job was perfect, right? Contrary to what the Christian church has taught our people, that nobody else in the Bible was perfect except Jesus the Christ. Job was perfect. Go ahead.
And upright. And one that feared God. And eschewed evil.
And he hated evil. Read on.
And there was born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters.
So Job has 7 sons and 3 daughters. Let's jump to verse 4.
Verse 4. And his sons went and feasted in their houses. Every one his day.
Every what?
Every one his day.
So his sons went and feasted, right? Every one his day. What is that everyone his day going into? Let's go to chapter 3, and let's read verse 1 through 3.
The book of Job, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Come on.
After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day.
He cursed his day, right? Let's see what that day is. Come on.
And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born.
You see, so that day means what? The day he was born, which is what? His birthday. Read it again.
Let the day perish wherein I was born. And the nights in which it was said,
come on,
there is a man-child conceived.
You see, so that's his birthday. Go back. Job 1 and 4 again.
The book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 4.
Come on.
And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day.
So now we know his sons, when they feasted, it was on their birthday. Go ahead.
And sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them.
So he got your sons and his daughters all feasting on a birthday. Go ahead.
And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them.
Go ahead.
And rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all.
You see, he had to send up sacrifices, right? Why? Come on.
For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned.
It said what?
It may be that my sons have sinned.
So he said, my sons, by celebrating their birthdays, they have sinned. Sin is the breaking of God's laws, right? Read on.
And cursed God in their hearts.
So when you celebrate your birthday, what are you doing?
And cursed God in their hearts.
Come on.
Thus did Job continually.
You see that? So they was in sin for celebrating their birthday. Now watch this. Jump down to verse 18.
Verse 18. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house. And it fell upon the young men.
It fell upon who?
And it fell upon the young men.
Remember, Job has 7 sons. It fell upon the young men. Go ahead.
And they are dead.
They are what?
And they are dead.
They are dead. Go ahead.
And I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
You see? So what happened? For them celebrating their birthdays, the Lord killed them. Killed his sons, right? That's the judgment for breaking God's laws. The wages of sin is death. All right? Let's go to Jeremiah 20 and 14. Read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 20 and verse 14.
Come on.
Cursed be the day wherein I was born.
What did Jeremiah say?
Cursed be the day wherein I was born.
Come on.
Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed.
He said, don't let that day be blessed. That's a cursed day. Go ahead. I'm going to show you why. Come on.
Cursed be the man who brought tidings to my father,
Come on.
saying, a man-child is born unto thee, making him very glad.
Making him very glad. Why did he say, cursed be that day, wherein my mother bare me and blessed me, right? Watch this. Go to Sarak 41. Let's read why. Because he just said, a man-child is born unto thee, making him glad, making my father glad that he bare me, right? Read what you got. 41-9.
The book of Sarak, chapter 41 and verse 9.
Watch this.
And if ye be born, ye shall be born to a curse.
This is why he said, cursed be the day I was born. Because when you born, you are born to a curse. You are born under the curses of Deuteronomy 28, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites. Read it again.
And if ye be born, ye shall be born to a curse.
To a curse. Go ahead.
And if ye die, a curse shall be your portion.
You see that? If you die, a curse gonna be your portion. Read on.
All that are of the earth shall turn to earth again.
You're born from the earth, you're gonna return to the earth. Go ahead.
So the ungodly,
Come on.
shall go from a curse to destruction.
You see that? The Lord said the ungodly, they go from that curse to destruction, right? Because why? You in sin. You in the transgression of breaking God's laws. So therefore, the ungodly, they go from that curse when they die to destruction. From there, give me Psalms 100 and verse 3. Showing our people today that love celebrating their birthdays, right? That it is not biblical. God does not want you to celebrate your birthday. Read this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 100 and verse 3.
Come on.
Know ye that the Lord, he is God?
The Lord is God. Come on.
It is he that hath made us.
So it is he that have made us, okay? God gave us life. Read on.
And not we ourselves.
And not we ourselves. So if God gave us life and not we ourselves, should we be thanking the Lord every single day for giving us life? You should be celebrating your birthday saying, everybody come praise me and worship me, bring me gifts, right? Because that's what it is. It's self-worship. It's idolatry. Read that verse again.
Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that hath made us, and not we of ourselves.
And not we ourselves. Read on.
We are his
We are his people. Read it again.
We are his people, and the sheep of his pasture.
Right. We are the sheep of his pasture. Right. So we have to do what our God commands us to do. Right. Give me matter of fact, give me Matthew 14. And then we'll read from the Satanic Bible next. Because some of our people don't understand the sin and the transgression that they're in. Let's read Matthew 14, start at verse 3.
The book of Matthew, chapter 14 and verse 3.
Come on.
For Herod had laid hold on John and bound him and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife.
His brother Philip's wife, right? Go ahead.
For John said unto him, it is not lawful for thee to have her.
You can't have your brother's wife. That's what he told Herod. Go ahead.
And when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude, because they counted him as a prophet.
They knew John was a prophet. Read on.
But when Herod's birthday was kept.
You see now, this is Herod. He's a so-called white man, an Edomite. When Herod's birthday was kept, go ahead.
The daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod.
So she danced and seduced him, right? And she pleased Herod. Read on.
Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And she, being before instructed of her mother.
Now, she got instructions from her wicked mother. Go ahead.
Said, give me here John Baptist's head in a charger.
So she commanded, the wish was to give her John the Baptist's head on a charger, on a plate. Right? Come on.
And the king was sorry, nevertheless, for the oath's sake. And them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given her.
You see? So this is what happens, right, on birthdays when the other nations will celebrate their birthday. Read on.
Verse 10, and he sent and beheaded John in the prison.
What happened?
He sent and beheaded John in the prison.
You see? John was beheaded. John the Baptist was beheaded on Herod's birthday. Read.
And his head was brought in a charger and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother.
You see? She brought it to her mother. That was wicked and evil as hell. That's what happens when the other nations celebrate their birthdays. Israelites die. Okay? From there, give me the Satanic Bible. Right? This is from the Satanic Bible. You can go buy this Bible on your own, right? Let's go and open it up. Let's read the passages that's underlined.
The highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion is the dates of one's own birth.
You see, that's the highest of all holidays, right? Your birthday. Go ahead.
This is in direct contradiction to the holy of holy days of other religions, which deify a particular God who has been created in an
anthropomorphic.
Go
down. I want. Yeah, where it say the Satanist field, the Satanist field. I'm sorry.
The Satanist fields. Why not really be honest? And if you are going to create a God in your image,
you said, why not just be honest? If you're gonna create a God in your image, go ahead.
Why not create that God as yourself?
You see, that's what you're doing. You're making yourself be God. Okay, like you gave yourself life, like we read in Psalms chapter 100 and verse 3. Read.
Every man is a God if he chooses to recognize himself as one.
Go ahead.
So the Satanist celebrates his own birthday as the most important holiday of the year.
You see that? That's what our people do. Hey, it has went from now just that one day to now people say, my birthday, I'm going to celebrate the whole month. You see? That's how evil birthdays are now in these days. Read where it says, or for that matter.
Or for that matter, aside from religious holidays, why pay higher tribute to the birthday of a president or to a date in history than we do to the day we were brought into this greatest of all worlds?
Okay, scroll down. Let's see. Give where it says you should give yourself a pat on the back.
You should give yourself a pat on the back. Buy yourself whatever you want. Treat yourself like the king or God that you are. And generally celebrate your birthday with as much pomp and ceremony as possible.
Now keep this in mind. This all goes into Satanists. This is what they do, right? This is the biggest holiday of the year. Read.
After one's own birthday, the two major Satanists.
Okay, no, that's it. So now, from there, give me Luke 16 and 15. Okay, so we showing our people today that birthdays are not of the Lord, and it's actually a Satanist holiday. Read that.
The book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men.
You see, you justify yourself before men. Read on.
But God knoweth your hearts.
God know your mind. Read on.
For that which is highly esteemed among men.
Like birthdays. Go ahead.
Is abomination in the sight of God.
What is birthdays?
Abomination in the sight of God.
Because you esteem it highly. You esteem it highly above the Lord. Right? So the Lord said that's an abomination. All right? Give me Acts 5 and 29.
The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29.
So here's the conclusion when it comes to birthdays, right? When it comes to the keeping of God's commandments. Read this.
Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said,
go ahead.
We ought to obey God rather than men.
Read it again. It says what?
We ought to obey God rather than men.
You see, we ought to obey God rather than men, right? Who told us to celebrate birthdays? The oppressor, the so-called white man, which is Esau, right? Birthdays are not biblical, brothers and sisters, all right? So with that, we're going to say shalom. Most High in Christ bless.
Shalom.
That's why we in the slums and the ghettos, right? Car accidents, STDs. Look. Told you. Because Mexicans derive from Issachar. They know this, but they don't teach us that. So we come on this side of town to teach our people, the blacks,